So I hear that you're finally able to talk to the girl that you like. You're able to start a conversation with her. Congratulations. That's no easy feat. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. But now you're getting to the point where you need to continue and carry the conversation. The conversation might reach its endpoint. You don't want that to happen. But don't worry, because in this video, I'll be giving you 6 basic questions that you can ask to carry the conversation. Starting with number 1. What's something that you're really passionate about? Let me tell you why this works. This allows her the opportunity to talk about something that she really cares about, like deeply cares about. It also gives her the opportunity to open up and share, which makes the conversation more personal and meaningful. And if a girl is opening up to you, that means what? That she's comfortable with you. And that's what you want with any conversation you have with a woman. You want to use this early in the conversation when you want to move beyond just small talk. The basic, hey, how are you? Where are you from? What's going on? What's your name? All that stuff. You want to use that early to move beyond the small talk. And this allows you to get to know her on a deeper level. And to use this correctly, you have to listen actively to her responses and ask follow-up questions pertaining to the topic to show genuine interest in her. And this could lead to more engaging stories. You never know what else she could reveal. She could talk about her dreams, her aspirations, her work, hobbies, all that. Just by you actively listening and following up with questions that pertain to what she's talking about. Show that you actually care. Number 2, what's the most interesting thing you've learned or discovered recently? I know most people don't like to be put on the spot, but if the conversation is flowing pretty well, it wouldn't hurt to ask this question. She's gonna take some time to think about it, but either way, there's gonna be an answer. This invites her to share something a little bit more new, a little bit more intriguing about her. And you never know, you could be discussing about recent trends or ideas or experiences that's going on in the world. Thus allow you to understand who she truly is outside of the setting that you guys met in. Again, you also want to use this early in the conversation as well to shift from a more shallow conversation to a more meaningful conversation. But you have to be ready to reveal something of your own as well. This creates a mutual exchange of information, which is beneficial for any type of friendship or any type of relationship even. And this will keep the conversation balanced. Number 3, if you could listen to any artist or podcast for the rest of the year, what would it be? Now again, if you were able to open up the conversation and you guys are talking, this is a question that you want to use to continue the conversation because you already know her a little bit. She's already comfortable with you. So using this question to prolong the conversation will benefit you greatly. Music and podcasts are they're universal conversation starters. And the preferences here can reveal a lot about that person's personality. There are a lot of weird podcasts out there. And I only say weird as in unique. A lot of different topics, a lot of different genres. So you can really understand who that person is just by what she listens to, either by the music she listens to or the podcast she listens to. She could be a really sweet, innocent, soft girl, but she could be listening to some random podcast that deals with today's murder or some murder mystery. I've seen that before. It's actually kind of funny. But you want to use this when the conversation needs a little light shift. Or, better yet, taking advantage of whatever music is playing in the background. Say you're at some random event or something like that and the music's playing in the background, you're talking to some girl. You could ask her, hey, what type of music do you listen to? Do you like this? Is this your type of music? And after she says what her type of music is or who her favorite artist or podcast is, then ask her why. Why do you like that genre specifically? What intrigues you about that? You don't have to say intrigues, but you know what I mean. Then you can share your preferences and keep the conversation flowing. Number 4, what is your go-to way to unwind after a really long day? Now this one I like because you can talk about her personal lifestyle, her personal routine. Get to know her a little bit on how she relaxes. And the funny part about this is that psychologically, if she's talking about how she relaxes, she's gonna be in a better mood. She's gonna be a little happy. The conversation, the mood itself, will start to feel a lot more relaxing, which is what you want, especially if the girl's comfortable with you. It's not too serious. It's not like you're asking her about her past relationships or, why she dropped out of school or something that serious. Please refrain from asking women those questions unless you're really, really, really comfortable with her and the conversation calls for it. Be respectful. You typically want to drop this question when she's talking about what she does for work or something that stresses her out a lot. Taking advantage of the opportunity with that question will benefit you greatly and thus allow you to shift the topic to a lighter subject. You don't want to have her thinking about something that's going to stress her out. So the best way to counter that is asking a question about what relaxes her. So make sure you show genuine interest in her routine. And then it can lead to follow-up questions like, what's your favorite show? What kind of wine do you like to drink? What's your favorite snack? What activities do you do while you're trying to relax? That genuine interest is what's gonna keep her talking and hooked to you. So utilize that. Number 5, what's a hobby or skill that you've always wanted to pick up that you haven't yet? I like this question because it's fun to ask. It shows her that you have interest in her ambitions and future plans, which then opens up the door to playful discussions or aspirations and new experiences. I remember I asked this one girl this specific question, and she said something like, I want to go riding with the bulls one day. And I looked at her. I'm like, you ever been skydiving? No. You ever been scuba diving? No. You ever ran a 5K? No. And she says she wants to go riding with the bulls. I laughed. It was kind of funny. Yeah, but that made the conversation a lot lighter. Made it fun. The mood was funny. Obviously, I asked her why. It's just one of those things that she just wants to get off the bucket list. So I responded back, yeah, I'll join you. We have to train for it though. I'll be the bull, you just run. But this is a good way to shift towards more a thoughtful conversation. Say you want to actually know what her dreams and aspirations are, like what she wants to accomplish in the future. You can shift towards that conversation by taking that middle step and asking her this question, and then ask her what she really wants to do, what she really wants to get out of her life. And then use that knowledge that you just found to try and set up a date based on the hobbies that she just revealed to you. This makes the conversation more fun, a lot more flirty. Last but not least, number 6. What's the coolest place you've ever been to? Or where's a cool place that you're dying to visit? You know, one thing that I've noticed with women that I talk to is that they like to talk about 2 things: clothes and traveling. Maybe some drama. We're not talking about drama. We're talking about traveling for the most part. They like the traveling, they like the adventures, because why? Girls love to have fun. And how do you have fun? By traveling, gaining that experience. When you ask her this question, it taps into dreams about past experiences and personal stories, and it just keeps everything exciting. Now she has the chance to tell you a funny story of where she went to Spain for a month. She went backpacking across Europe. How she almost got kidnapped in Italy. Chill. I saw a TikTok story that I saw about that. It's not anyone that I personally know. But yeah, it makes the conversation feel a lot more adventurous. And based on your past experiences, you can add something to that. Oh, you've been to Spain? I was just there last month. Oh, you went to Mallorca too? Did you take that long 50-minute trail down to the beach? Or if she's a party girl, you can talk about the clubs that you went to. Or if she loves food, talk about the restaurants that you really liked. But make sure you ask her what she did in those places first, and then speak about your own experiences. Remember, this isn't really about you. It's about making the girl comfortable to keep talking more in the conversation. And you just shut up and nod and say yeah. Talk when the opportunity is right. So I hope you guys notice that these questions are basically lines to use to continue the conversation, to get her to keep talking about herself. Because the more you let someone talk about themselves, the more likable you become. I know the Red Pill community talks about not letting the girl feel good about herself, or letting her talk about herself, or letting her feel validated. But truth of the matter is, whether you're a girl, a guy, everyone likes to talk about themselves. It's human nature. And the more you let someone talk about themselves in a conversation, the more likable you become. So use these questions to your advantage, and I guarantee you, you will continue the conversation, carry the conversation like a pro, and she's gonna find more interest in you. Yeah, but I hope you guys like what you heard. Please make sure to like and subscribe and share to anyone who needs to hear this. Other than that, develop a prodigy mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.